So let's get started. So namaskar everyone, warm greetings to everyone. Good morning, good noon, good evening. And first of all, thank you so much for joining. And it really means a lot. And thank you so much, Team TestViews, for creating a space for this. It actually a white space area that you have covered. And let's see how things will work. So, quick disclaimer from my side before we proceed further. So, whatever I will share in my upcoming slides, it is totally depending upon my personal experience and practical exposure. Might be we will not gonna align in few areas, and I am 100% sure about that. But let's see. I will definitely gonna respect each and every viewpoint of yours as well, and I will want to make sure that this does not hurts anyone religious sentiments in any of the way. So quickly, a bit about me as well. I am Gandharv Madan, currently working with ElgoWorks as a senior Salesforce QA engineer. And it's been 5 years in this ecosystem as a tester. And to be very honest, I'm not at all an accidental tester. From day one, I'm in doing testing, and I love this space. And I'm trying to solve a very simple problem, like how I can create more awareness about testing in the ecosystem of Salesforce and using multiple mechanisms like podcasting, newsletter, blogs, and many more. And if you really want to know more about the Salesforce testing, visit sftestingguy.com. So Radhika is putting one poll over the chat where uh, just for 20 seconds, and don't forget, we are watching you. So your 20 seconds starts now. So the poll says, are you busy or actually productive? You have four answers like productive, busy, 50-50, or just surviving. So 20 seconds are up now. So 54, 52.7, 55. So it means close to 50% feels that we are that you are productive, and still many of you feel are very busy, 50-50, and just surviving. So welcome everyone. You are at the right track and you have chosen the best session, because we are going to discuss more about the productivity part now. So my first question from everybody, like is your 9 to 5 actually productive? Because the thing is, gone are those days when you were think, I just have to complete this Jira ticket and Basecamp ticket, and then I will relax and enjoy the weekend. Gone are those days. Welcome to the era of AI. Welcome to the year of 2026. In this year, you can't compromise anything, even your growth. You can't afford to stay outdated at all. You can't even compromise anything for your growth or for your productivity. Believe me, it's a wake up call for everyone who is listening to this session, because this is the most important year, because every day, every week, something new is happening in this world. Having an account on AI tool and using an AI tool for productivity purpose are two different things. So wake up. So now, before this session, I conducted one offline survey as well in order to identify like whether you are actually productive or not. So the answer is quite surprising. Everybody says that I am productive, and someone will say that I am not productive. But no one has actually mentioned the tool, which tools they are actually working, on which they are working in order to make sure they are productive. So we'll try to answer all those questions in our upcoming slides. So I'll share my views about how you can increase your productivity. I'll share my productivity blueprint for you that as a Salesforce QA you must need in this era. And with that particular blueprint, that will actually going to help you to become at least 2 crores more productive without you have to working on 2 plus hours. So agenda is very simple. First, we will discuss the brutally honest facts, a reality check for you. Then we'll discuss about what is the meaning of productivity as a Salesforce QA. Then we'll try to understand where QA is actually lacking. Then we'll discuss which areas where AI is actually disrupting the market. Then we'll discuss the productivity pyramid that I have actually designed from my experience. Then we will discuss about the framework that will actually going to help you in order to boost your productivity. So we have to accept one brutally honest facts that is very clear. We are still living in the era of 9 to 5 job mindset. And there are two leads to consequences for this particular thing. And these are two another honest facts for you. That is, you are still in your comfort trap. And the second is your skill starts to stagnate. And once these two things will happen, this leads to another two things. That is, you are using the same approach again, again, and again in every release. And the best and the worst part at that point in time is that even you are not even trying to upgrade your skills. Now, TesUse has launched its university. 500 registrations for you don't have to and you don't have to pay anything. Avail it. Focus on certification, exactly. Focus on learning. But what about the practical part? If you are a certified professional and you don't even know how the flows work, it does not make any sense. So it is one of the brutal reality check that as a Salesforce QA we are into. Other than that, what will happening that, for example, if I'm using the same approach again and again, the bad part that is actually happening at that point in time, we are consider ourselves busy but not at all productive. And believe me, if you are busy for 8 hours and after working 8 hours during logo, if you are saying I have done nothing today, it does not mean that you are productive. You are just only doing hard working, not at all smart working. Other than that, once you will uh, do the same thing, repeating the same approach again and again, only years are increasing, you are at the same stage. For example, you are working with one company from last 7 years and you don't have any promotion. You are at the same pay scale, same tech stack. You are not doing anything. And as a Salesforce QA, from my community experience, by meeting close to 100 plus different Salesforce testing, I have identified these brutal facts. And the end result of comfort trap, from repeating approach, from being only busy, is that you are an experienced guy, but you don't have any growth, followed by why our skills are going to be stagnant. There is two pointers that I have added personally from my experience is that we are not exploring automation. Even if we are trying to exploring the automation, we are limited to automate only few areas where everybody is talking about the automation. We are not even considering the worst case scenarios. Other than that, installation of an AI tool in a monitor or in your machine, and you are not using at a good speed or at a very good use cases, it does not make any sense. So you are not using AI tools. Other than that, if you are not using AI tools, another reality check for a Salesforce QA is that you are actually missing an extra edge. You are missed your efficiency. And the another part that is actually come from when you are not using an AI tool is that you are growing. There is no doubt about that, but your growth is limited. And the end results of all those brutal, honest facts is that a saturation point where no tester is want to be on that situation, where person is actually looking for a job change and he or she is actually applying in terms of automation or functional testing and is not getting any job. So you can't blame the market. And in order to survive in this ecosystem, your speed of learning is the only thing. Moving forward, again, if you consider yourself is busy for 8 hours and at the day end you are saying you are productive, believe me, this is not at all the definition of productivity. If you say if I am finding more bugs, I am productive, you are not productive at all. If you will say I am working on multiple tasks, I have completed 4 tickets and all, it does not make any sense to become productive, because productivity is itself a very simple definition. That is, it is the smart use of time and effort. It is the smart use of time and effort to create maximum impact by reading or by adding real value. To be very honest, till last year I was not productive at all until I found that link. That is, Sam Altman has written on their portfolio about the productivity, why productivity matters, what happens if you are not productive, what all are the consequences that you have to bear if you are not productive. So, what value you actually brings to the table, what kind of an impact that you are creating, how well you are managing time and effort in order to do your task is actually related to productivity. And if you are consider yourself that you are only busy, believe me, busy not equal to productive. Moving forward, why this era is actually different? Believe me, the thing is, this era is a boom for all those Salesforce QA engineers who are using AI. And this era is cursed for all those individuals or all those Salesforce QA engineers who are not using AI. Because AI is everywhere. I am not saying AI is doing 100% tasks, but AI is capable of doing so as well. So we can't take AI as just taken for granted, because right now AI is replaced effort with speed. Other than that, AI turned minutes to into seconds. Other than that, AI remove excuses from work. We as a human will give lots of excuses. We'll do this later. Today is Friday. Today is chill day. I will not gonna do this. But AI will not gonna give you these type of silly excuses in order to make you productive. It will gonna help you in order to make you productive. AI expose slow workflow. It totally depends from your organization to organization what kind of a workflow that you are using. But with the help of AI, it is actually exporting, you can say, they exposed all those startups or all those big companies workflow where they are actually lacking. AI finishes before you start, before it's speed. Now we have covered five different pointers, but this is not just the AI capability. AI is actually helping me to find the worst case scenario. AI is right now helping me to create the documentation. AI is helping me right now to identify the white areas. Even AI is actually helping me right now to write the code as well. Believe me, if you are using AI and if you are already productive, AI will make you unstoppable. And that is, I'm telling you from my experience as well. Moving forward, there are n number of tools that we are actually using on our daily basis, from ChatGPT to Perplexity to Workbench to Gemini to Notion, CSS Viewer, Word Font Extension, Salesforce Inspector, Salesforce API Logger, and many more. But what about the use cases that we are actually considering? Because we are very limited, we are using these AI tools in a very, you can say that, in our comfort zone. We are using chat gpt to write the test cases for login page. It's a good start, congratulations. But what about the use cases? Do you have any complex use cases that will actually gonna boost your productivity? Do you have any complex end-to-end scenario where AI can save your time? Gone are those days where companies are asking for what is your tech stack. This is the time for AI stack. Because if you have a good technical stack plus AI stack, no one can beat you. Naming, you know the name of tool, that's good. But if you don't know the use cases of that tool, how they can help you out in order to boost your productivity, still a biggest question mark is there. So use your tools efficiently. Now moving forward, like for example, if you are not using AI tool now, then when? Because this is the right time for you. I am not saying after this presentation explore each and every tool that is paid. At least you can start from free extensions. There are close to 30 plus free extensions tools available over in the market in order to boost your productivity as a Salesforce QA. I am attaching my link over there as well, and that I will share you after my session as well, by QA Madness, where they have identified 25 Chrome extensions that will actually gonna help you in order to boost your productivity. And in order to explore this 25 Chrome extensions, you just need to invest only 30 minutes. With the help of 30 minutes in your daily schedule, you can easily use those tools. I'm telling you from my experience as well, because when I have started my career, my manager has asked me, Gandharv, you are doing good, fair enough, you are finding bugs, you are doing great job, but what about the productivity? Your speed is slow, your growth is very limited. Are you doing anything extra or extraordinary in order to make sure that you are doing something different? My answer was at that point in time a big no. But when I started my journey in order to boost my productivity, even I have started my journey from using extensions like Salesforce Inspector Reloaded. Salesforce Inspector Reloaded is not just for Salesforce developers. As a Salesforce QA, do you know what is the importance of Salesforce Inspector Reloaded? With this, we can save lots and lot of time. If you are an Salesforce QA engineer and you are testing the experience side, say for example, or community side, at that point in time, one use case for you is that you have to test that application and to identify the font family in all the website, and close to 50 plus pages was there. Now you can't go to the control shift I, go to the inspect and then check one by one. You can use the word font extension. Previously, that same amount of time that you have to complete this task in order to find the, uh, you can say that, the use case for, like to find the font family, close to 2 to 2.5 hours. But with the help of this extension, that is word font, will gonna give you more than 7 to 8 minutes, not more than that. So this is the year that you can't compromise the quality. These are the free extension. At least you can invest your time in order to start your productivity, to boost your productivity. Now, an era is started of AI. But QA actually needs evolution. We are talking about blueprint. That's it. But in order to talk about the blueprint, we need to understand where QA is actually lacking. Because the thing is, in order to perform the automation, we have so many frameworks. But what about the career trajectory framework? We don't have any structure, we don't have any framework. Other than that, we are using AI. There is no doubt about that. I think everyone is using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and all. But we are using just for the limited purpose, just for the 9 to 5 job mindset only. We have to increase that level of hunger in order to make productive ourselves. We are learning, that's great, but random learning will never gonna give you success, because someone has asked about the question like companies are demanding this tool, that tool, and so many. Before and go directly goes to the tool, develop a mindset first. So don't be in a hurry in order to choose any tool. Identify the use cases, that particular use case is able to find your solution or not. Other than that, if I'm talking about the limited AI usage, so many of Salesforce QA engineers and QA engineers are totally depending upon their company. Like their company will once told us, like, Gandhar, please take the ownership of that particular tool and do the POC on that. Believe me, this will not gonna happen. You have to be very very smart with your core concept. You have to take the ownership. If I'm talking about the ownership part, we are learning, that's great, but what about the depth? Knowing the tool name, it does not make any sense if you are not using the tool. So depth should be there, and as a Salesforce QA, depth is missing. We all are learning, that's it. So we have to change that mindset. And the very first trait of any tester is that he or she should be very very proactive. But right now, just because of AI, we are using the reactive approach, and that should not be the case. We have to be very very proactive in terms of learning, in terms of execution, in terms of implementations, and many more. Other than that, only developer is not responsible, or business analyst is not responsible for doing POC. As a QA, are you doing the POC? Are you doing any type of uh, you can say that execution or experimentation in your team or not? So do that, because these are the areas which are totally white. That's why you actually need a blueprint in order to evolve yourself. So how a real productive pyramid structure will actually look like? So real productive structure start from bottom to top, and testers are actually trying to boost their productivity from a top level. That should not be the case. If your base is not strong, you can't achieve anything. So this is a real productive structure that I have designed as per my experience and from my learning. So the very first and the base is your mindset. If you are actually having a mindset like 9 to 5 job, and after that I will not gonna do anything, and then I will chill, then I will relax, I will enjoy my weekend. Enjoy your weekend, I'm not saying don't enjoy your weekend, but the thing is, change the mindset. Instead of saying I will close only this ticket, try to say I will close this ticket and I will try to close another ticket, and will try to explore something from my future, or for in any of the tool. If you don't have a mindset of like that, believe me, you are already not even in the race. Other than that, what value you actually brings to the table? Now you have a mindset which is very very clear. Now second part is what value you actually brings to the table. Value may be, for example, if you have an attitude like that, for example, I will complete this ticket today, will assign this ticket or bug to the developer, that's it. Change that value mindset as well. Instead of this, try this. For example, if you have assigned one ticket to the developer, and after fixing the bug, you find one another issue, are you actually catching the developer in order to find the root cause analysis or not? Because if you are thinking it is just your 9 to 5 job, or just you are doing the same monotonous job, this will not gonna give you a push in order to make you a better tester. Now, I'm using the word manual testing, but the thing is, manual testing is not at all enough right now those days. You have to make sure, do you have a knowledge of open source contribution? Do you have a knowledge of paid licenses tools, how these tools are actually working? Do you know that how you can integrate AI in your workflow? How much amount of time you are actually investing in order to boost your productivity, in order to boost your mindset by you doing POC and all. So invest your time over there as well. Second is, so many of Salesforce QA are totally depending upon motivation. Once my manager will motivate me, then only I will do the task. No, if you are a good Salesforce QA, you must have a good knowledge of processes, systems. If you know how systems work, no one can beat you. If you don't know how system can work, everyone can beat you. You are not even in the race. Now the most important part is tools. Believe me, tools are 100% necessary nowadays. But if your base, that is system, skills, value, mindset, is not set, it does not make any sense to go into the tool and reinvest your time over there, because tools will ultimately create confusion if your base is not strong. So start with the mindset, clear your picture, try to focus on adding value, creating more skills, understand the process, and then use the tools. Because if you are not saying I will directly jump into the tools without having skill, system, value, mindset, it does not make any sense. And if you are good enough in all those areas, still you are not feeling confident enough, always try to make sure that and identify that in which layer I have to work upon. Whether I have to work upon layer one, that is mindset, whether I have to work upon the layer three skills, layer four systems, layer two values, or layer five tools. Identify your weakness over there. Now, how a productivity framework look like, how your blueprint actually looks like. From my personal experience, I have designed one model that will actually going to help you to boost your productivity. It's itself a name is boost model. A boost model starts from build skills. How much of Salesforce QA we are actually investing our time in order to upskill ourselves. For example, if I am working in a sales cloud, I know the sales cloud process or not. If I am performing testing, I have a knowledge of end-to-end functional testing, non-functional testing, automation, AI knowledge I have or not. If not, build your skills. Don't directly to jump into any ticket and tell your manager that I will work on these tickets. If you don't have any depth, if you don't have any knowledge about the particular thing and you are directly jump into that part, it will not gonna give you success. That is from my personal experience as well. Second is O. O stands for your optimized work. How many of you are actually investing your time in order to optimize your work? How many of us are actually using extensions in order to boost our productivity? How many of you are actually investing your time in order to use the shortcuts? I'm not saying directly use the AI tools and boost your productivity. Even you can start your productivity by using the keyboard of your machine instead of not using the mouse. You can start your productivity from there. If you have any templates for bug reporting, from test case template, SRS template, try to reuse it every time. You don't have to create again and again. Second and the third part is again O, that is for open AI tools. There are n number of tools available over the market. Every week something new is happening. Try to create an account on all those tools and make sure, if you are creating an account over there, why are you creating an account over there? Are you using just for analyzing purpose, learning purpose, execution purpose, in order to enhance your skills? Find the purpose of AI tool. Don't invest your time just to create an account and do POC for 2 days and then log out. No, make sure to done everything for a long run in order to survive in this ecosystem. Fourth part is S. S stands for your smart testing. Smart testing means how many of you having an idea of business? How many of you know end to end? Believe me, if there are close to 5 members in our team, one is QA and rest are not QAs. Everyone will try to wear the hat, but as a QA, if you have a mindset to wear the shoes, believe me, you are already doing very good. Congratulations for that. So build a mindset. Try to make sure all those risking areas that will actually going to hamper the product growth. Or if you are saying I will focus on usability only, accessibility, no. As a tester, don't limit just yourself to usability only. Focus on functional areas. Focus on impact analysis, and try to create your own workflow. Try to create an approach that will actually going to help you in order to boost your productivity. And the last is time saving. How many of us are actually investing our time in order to avoid repetitive tasks. For example, I am investing my time in order to use the extensions so that I don't have to do so many tasks again and again. I'm using different types of templates like bug reporting, test case template for every project, but depending upon the clients as well. Are we directly focused on execution, or are we actually investing our time in order to plan something? Because planning is nothing without execution, and execution is also nothing without planning. So you have to create that mindset. So this is known as your boost model. Now, boost stands for B stands for build your skills, O stands for optimize your work, second O stands for open AI tools, S stands for smart testing, and T stands for time savings. Like in Salesforce, we have a customer 360. Now, as a Salesforce QA, you have a blueprint 360 that will actually going to help you in order to boost your productivity. Now, you are good till, say, for example, build a mindset. Everything is there. But are you having an approach of learning something? For that purpose, you have to develop a T-shaped mindset, where T stands for your depth knowledge of few things, and your vertical line notates broader knowledge of minimal things. Say, for example, if you are into the Salesforce testing and you really want to boost your productivity for this particular thing, you have to focus on depth on Salesforce testing. You have to focus on test design. You have to focus on QA strategies. You have to focus on bug analysis. And if you are good till now, you have a very good depth knowledge, that is correct. But if you don't have any broader knowledge of AI tools, dev basics, code coverage, apex classes, developer console, admin knowledge, business flow, prompt writing is also one of the skill. If you don't have any knowledge, communication, you are technically so good, congratulations. But if you are not be able to communicate with your stakeholder as a Salesforce QA, it will actually going to hamper your productivity. Because in a daily stand up of, say, for example, 30 minutes call, either you get 5 minutes or 10 minutes. In 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you have to demonstrate what you have done. So develop the T-shaped QA mindset in order to boost your productivity. In the AI era, comfort zone is the biggest risk, and we have to accept that. Why so? Because we are a part of 21st century, where only one thing that is actually defining your growth, and that is speed. How early you are actually completing your task, how early you are completing your task, how much of you are actually investing your time in order to do something extra with your work. Because in order to do anything or everything, you have AI tools. We have AI tools that are actually ready to think with you, not think like you, but think with you. We have different types of tools available over the market. We have test us, you can explore that wonderful tool that will actually going to help you in order to accelerate your work. We have n number of opportunities. If your AI stack is good, if your tech stack is good, if your testing stack is good, you are unstoppable. Everything is in your hand. Believe me, everything is in your control. Even your, now you have a blueprint as well that I have shared you. Your growth is in your hand as well. So choice is yours. If you are blaming your manager that why I am not getting growth and all, believe me, your company and manager is not responsible for doing all those tasks. You are the only one who is responsible for your productivity. Your company is not at all responsible for your productivity. And this is done from my side. And thank you so much, Team Tezuse, for giving me this opportunity. And they are aggressively hiring. And again, thank you so much for creating this space for learning and sharing knowledge. It means a lot. Thank you.